Hello, everybody. My name is Traci Gagnon, and I am here with my amazing, handsome husband, Super Dave. And we are honored and blessed as part of Dave's weekly Attractologist calls to have the president of eXp Commercial Realty here to discuss the incredible opportunity that eXp Commercial provides to real estate agents across the country and in several other countries. And so, Jim, I'm just going to turn things over to you. We are so blessed to have you leading our company. What you have done in the commercial space is truly remarkable. Turned it into one of the most successful commercial companies almost within like a year or 2 year period. You hit those metrics. And I got to tell you, the greatest growth in our company, I truly believe, is what we're doing in commercial. And that is exclusively because of the leadership team that you have put together and your incredible leadership. So thank you so much, Jim, for being a part of this incredible meeting today. And tell us all about eXp Commercial.
Traci and Super Dave, thank you. And it's an honor to be here to actually represent eXp and eXp Commercial and really share the opportunities that are boundless. I'd say it's like what everyone says, when everyone says you're joining eXp late, well, you're joining eXp Commercial early. And like you said, when we started eXp Commercial, it was just building the brand, like what you've done with Super Dave, trying to show what this brand, how it can change lives. Being an agent-centric company is amazing. And I'll tell you this, in commercial, they don't know what hit them because a lot of times residential really does lead commercial real estate in many aspects. And for those that actually adopt what Realty is doing and put it into commercial immediately, seeing what works, keeping an eye on what happens, you could really evolve and grow commercial real estate as it needed it to be changed for so long. So I'll introduce myself. I'll give a little background about myself and go into the presentation. So my name is James Wong, eXp Commercial President. I don't want to just grow brokerage. That is a transactional part of the company. Most residential companies doing commercial are really just only transactional based. I said, I would love to build the services, the capital markets or finance, the asset facility management, corporate services, and valuation. That which would make our company in commercial full service. So if you hear the term just transactional, that's what it means. You're just doing transaction on the transaction, leasing, and business brokerage, which I'll go into. The next is services that you need to add to be a full service commercial firm. And with Michael Valdez doing a great job growing in 24 countries, eventually we want to be a multinational company also in commercial real estate. So these are the exciting pillars to build, and the echelon of this is where Rand and many people I work under are starting to do funds, buying buildings. I mean, many people here may have done fix and flip companies. Start buying when the market's down, building assets, building portfolios, creating, right? And this helps our company. So I said, eventually build the foundation of brokerage, build the next layer of services, then build funds like bridge funds, pref equity. Right now, most people cannot get loans on their commercial real estate deals. Very important to build these other businesses, other training, and I'll go into that, of how we can help our company to get your clients to say yes, right? You should always talk to your clients. I'll tell you, during the hardest time, talk to your clients. Don't avoid them. Find something to do, share with them, communicate with them, give them good data. But also what I'm trying to do here with our team is to build other services to help your clients say, yes, help me. Yes, I'm coming up with my loans. Yes, I would love to reduce my taxes. Yes, can you help me run my property more efficient? Or is there an exit strategy? Because I'm kind of in trouble now with the interest rates moving up. But I'd like to, Traci, share the screen to go into a little more depth of the model and more so to help you attract. How do you talk to these commercial agents? So I will share my screen. So again, everyone knows we started eXp Commercial about 3 years ago, right? Fastest growing commercial real estate company, built on the strong foundation of being an agent-centric company. And also with the 90,000 agents, I think when I came over, we were 28,000, something around that number, as well as looking at the company. This is what everyone needs to remember. We are a publicly traded company under the ticker symbol EXPI. We are two separate brokerage companies. This is important for commercial brokers. Sometimes they think we're residential, resi-commercial, residential doing commercial. We are two separate companies. Very important to commercial brokers. They do like to say two separate companies. eXp Realty, 90,000 agents, 24 countries. There's solution, there's revenues. There is so much in what Realty does, in addition to a ton of discussion on workplace. eXp Commercial, 800 commercial agents, building these ancillary services, doing business brokerage, which is exclusive to eXp Commercial, building corporate services to go after these large accounts. And we're going to be excited probably second quarter to share some of these large, maybe publicly traded investment grade accounts that we're starting to win, or people that have them at their old firm are starting to bring it over. And capital markets and finance, most people need a bridge finance now to survive. So learning what I'm telling you and kind of regurgitating it to these commercial agents will resonate. You need to let them know we are publicly traded. We are two separate companies, and we are corporate, not franchise. That is important designation to really push on everyone in commercial real estate, because that's what they want to know. This is the exciting thing. Because we're not a franchise, we go and operate as a team, as a larger group. Most of the biggest successful companies are CBRE, JLL, Cushman, Colliers. They are publicly traded. They are corporate, not franchise. Then there's a lot of franchise, commercial companies, residential doing commercial, but they're still franchise. But we are eventually starting to compete with the larger publicly traded corporate, not franchise company. The great thing is this is a place, like I said before, if you're not a W-2, you're a 1099, you're an entrepreneur. This place is the best. This foundation is to allow you to grow your residential commercial business from scratch, to add on, to build and plug into all these different services. This is another distinction for many of the teams and groups and even individuals, especially for legacy. You want to build your own business. You want to build your own company. After being part of these larger companies, it's their brand that you're building. You're not building your own brand. You can't take it with you. And I'll tell you, once you decide to leave, they're very hostile what they deal with you when you try to leave their company. Don't think that they're going to let you bring the deals with you. They cut you off cold the minute you say you're going to quit, you're discussing to quit. They actually just fire you and tell you to leave. And they take all your deals and reassign your deals to somebody else. It's pretty vicious. So be careful, when certain people move on, to build a strategy of how they transition. But you get to own your company, you get to own your own brand. And many times this is very important because they get to build a legacy. They can pass it to their kids or grandkids. And now they can start building for themselves and their family rather than building the other company. The other thing is we have a large community with eXp Commercial and Realty. So many referrals and deals are being passed back and forth, especially in business brokerage. Business brokerage is exclusive to eXp Commercial, and there are a ton of business brokerage deals being passed over from smaller deals. Usually business brokerage are under $1 million, but then there's middle market between 10 to 100 million. I'll tell you, some of our business brokers are closing some $50 to $60 million deals. I think their paycheck is like $300,000 or $400,000 for a deal. Can you imagine even if you split or share that with an expert, or even got 25% as a referral fee? That's a lot of money just for the introduction, sharing it with our best business brokerage in the company or our M&A brokers. These are powerful, experienced people doing this business, and they have a track record. So it is exciting because in our world, because of workplace, we are all communicating, talking to each other. One thing I love about eXp, we keep innovating. We keep creating, we keep pivoting and showing what we can do. In any changes you see in eXp, move, maneuver. It's not always easy, right? We all know there's always a lot of discussions, but we do pivot. With Glenn Sanford having the open mind, with his entrepreneurial experience, buying so many companies, with that and the leadership, they can pivot, they can adjust, they can readapt to the current situation. So it is important to be with a company, one that's very grounded. Anyone here can talk to Glenn, Michael, Leo, any of the leadership. And also, they'll kind of give you feedback and understanding what's going on. But the biggest thing is the agent-centric, to free ourselves. This is why a lot of people are here, and this is what I love. We all know, kind of the joke, being a broker, you go broke. If you're not producing and on that hamster wheel, or you didn't use the cash flow and the money you made on commission to start buying passive income deals. And many commercial, we all say, stop just doing brokerage, buy what you're selling, buy apartment buildings, buy retail, buy the buildings you're selling to eventually build up cash flow. But obviously I did the same last cycle. Who would have thought it would have went below 50% loan to value and everything? Got wiped out. Second trust deeds got wiped out. I thought I was pretty smart selling half my portfolio, but still it went so fast, so under the valuation. There was capital calls on me from the bank. So it was very tough. But if we take care of this company, eXp, we can build our security with revenue share, with so many different vehicles that Glenn and the leadership put together to keep us going. This is financial freedom, creating by just doing your job, other ways to succeed. I would tell you this too. Don't start with this. Start with what helps the commercial broker, being the best commercial platform on earth. That's a bold statement, but we're going to be there, get there, and we are there. And we're just constantly growing after now going after 3 years, going to 4. But if you start with the best commercial platform, happy to talk to everyone, happy to interview and send to speak with our other leaders, because commercial, everyone knows everybody. You don't want to try to close them on your own. Please don't do that. Talk to Super Dave, talk to Traci, talk to any of your leads. I will jump on a call. As many people know on this call, I jump on the call immediately. I set it up. I will be there. I just need some background, how to talk to them, how to convince them. And it's really not convincing them. It's just showing them our platform. They're smart people. They're going to say, I see how this works. And then say, by the way, you get some stock, you get some other benefits from the company. But I would say always start with the best platform, because the agents you're going after that are producers wants to plug into a strong platform. So business as usual. And then guess what? They can grow juniors, they can get referrals, they can build other passive income plays. But that's where I will start, the best platform in commercial real estate. The next is, we all have been in the world of evolving. That's why I said we started in Verbella. Many of us, hopefully you've been in Frame AI, right? So with Frame, we are all now pivoting to a mobile device where everyone has it with them. Geez, if I lose my phone, I lose my life. I can't do anything without the phone. So it is important to go to Frame, see how our company is evolving and just changing. The other thing is, this is a big one. Most commercial agents will say, I don't want to make a lateral. I just don't want to make a sidestep. I want to improve my life. Well, we're 80-20 capping at 20,000. Unheard of to cap at 20,000 as a separate commercial brokerage company. 250 startup, 250 for the tech fee. We added many strong technology systems, 250 review and 100 risk management. Do you see what I mean? Because we are not resi-commercial. We are not residential doing commercial. Many people understand the fees and are proud to be part of commercial, even though it could be more expensive, which it is most of the time. And we could tell, we really don't have a problem with most large commercial brokers that come over, because they're like, wow, I gave away, 100, 200, 300, some people even $500,000. 250, it's not even a rounding error for them. They don't even talk about it. A lot of times, I'll tell you, who talks about it is those that were in residential, had their own shops, that want to know. And a lot of them, not to say they weren't decent producer stuff, but they got spoiled, right? And that's why they compare. But you have a choice to be in commercial if you want to be true commercial, or join Realty. And a lot of them still will say, I still want to be with other commercial agents, the culture of commercial. And this is why, right? Because when you have a smaller group and company, we run on our own P&L. We have to run it right. And as Traci and Super Dave said, we're in the black. Pretty incredible. But now we hope to succeed on creating more money for our company. So that's why the 250, it is higher, because residential, there's larger numbers. They've been around. One day commercial could bring it down. We may add other services to bring down further costs, but already this is a bargain. This is a great deal. And it's only with the agents that got spoiled, to be honest. Most of the larger brokers, this isn't a discussion. They really ask, for 250, what do I get for my tech fee, Chris? So with the different splits that we get, 80-20 and the cost, I'll go into this. One, we're the largest independent brokerage This is important because being corporate, not franchise, in 24 countries and expanding, to show that we have a global network. Very important for commercial brokers, because unlike residential, usually you work local. We always say, work local, be global, right? In commercial, because many of our clients, especially institutional, are all around the world. I mean, right now we possibly will get assignments from Asia and Europe. So it is exciting to work on commercial because of these assignments. The type of clientele that we work with are pretty much all around the world. So very exciting to work and collaborate around the world. The other thing is, this is the big one for commercial real estate, portability. I always say, talk to your local broker of record in your state for commercial and the state you're doing business to find out the rules and laws. But eXp commercial, like eXp, we're licensed in all 50 states. The big difference is we have portability. Many of the commercial brokers work across state lines. They work with many institutional clients. They do different corporate services. So they're all over the place doing business. This is a big appeal to our commercial brokers. If you say we're licensed in all 50 states, you can work across state lines. Many people are looking at eXp as they have a domestic practice, especially, Chris, in New York. They're just a New York centric, which they do fine, right? You sell a building, it's $50 million minimum, and they want a national practice. So a lot of them, they look at trying to plug into eXp to create a national practice for them. And that's what they'll call it. A national practice is they focus on their own state or their own locale. And then they like to plug in to an international or national platform so they can send referrals, leads, or close the deals themselves. A lot of times they represent the buyer, they represent the client anyway, so they just need a broker to clear the deal. But you got to just watch for the turf states, the physical locations, and the cooperative. Always talk to your state broker, then talk to the broker of that state to make sure you're not violating rules and laws. I would hate to not pay anyone and unwind. So just as a disclaimer, disclosure, please do that. The next is the technology tools. We just added Moody's. Moody's is a $70 billion company. They will be sponsoring us at eXpCon. They are one of our major sponsors. Moody Analytics is a competitor to CoStar. They bought the Reese reports, which is a lot of research reports that agents can use to give their clients to be more knowledgeable about all the markets and all different product types. They have ESG. We are sharing that with our different groups in our company, especially green. They do have, when loans are coming due, to track the loans. Chris, maybe you and Craig, you got to put one of you in commercial to track the deals. Because a lot of times commercial real estate, we don't have 30-year amortized loans. They're 10, they're 5. Right now, the big trouble in commercial real estate, they're 3 to 7. I said, use Moody's Analytics to track loans coming due in your marketplace for your product type so you can talk to them, right? Build out, business brokerage, CRM, and RealNext are OMs, offering memorandums, packaging, analysis, CRMs, back office systems. These are useful tools depending on what product types you're working with, whether you're doing transactions, whether you're doing leasing, whether you're doing business brokerage. You will need to pick a specific business or OM tool that will help you. A lot of times different tools will help you with syndication if you want to put your own deals together, whether you want to do different types of analysis. In commercial real estate, there's just not one group. There are so many verticals that you could practice that it gets overwhelming. That's why a lot of us in commercial real estate, we always say, be an expert. You hear that, be an expert. Granted, in secondary, tertiary markets, smaller markets, you got to be a generalist. But plugging into eXp, as I'll share later, we can help everyone be experts. Yardi Matrix and some of the other tools, we get a big discount of 80 to 90%. So I would say within our deck, our growth deck, and I will share with Super Dave and Traci, the new updated deck with everything about eXp, our videos, everything else, to really help our agents understand commercial fully so you can speak with everyone. Once they say yes, set up a call with me, set up a call or let me know so I can introduce and plug them in. Because of our 800 commercial agents, we have many great leaders from the past, like Jerry Anderson. I mean, 50 years in the business. Boy, he's of experience, but he's here with us, you know. So there are a lot of very senior, well-known commercial brokers in our company that you just need to let me know from their LinkedIn bio. and I could figure it out who they need to be introduced to. And a lot of times we've had huge successes on that. The good thing is, if you're not a senior, if you're not experienced, you want to learn this business, especially now, we have an academy for 2 weeks that you can learn the business from a textbook standpoint. Then you get a mentor, because in eXp commercial, you can't just say, I want to do commercial without a mentor. We don't want any lawsuits or issues. You have a mentor you choose with that product type specialty, how you improve and go through this. And then we are creating continuous learning educations, especially with Brian Ellington here. It's great to do podcasts, radio, all sorts of cool things, is to add more to our residential family and our commercial. But we're going to upgrade people from what's next. How do you build a team? How do you stay accountable? How do you leverage your time? Really, how do you build another practice? How do you plug into ancillary services? There are things that we are building. Well, and one of them that we had before is tax reassessment. As I said before, and we've had them on, right now, many commercial buildings, they're not selling, they're not buying, they're not refi. But if you can help their NOI get better, right? Their net operating income, reducing their taxes, reducing their property casualty are some of the biggest line items besides maintenance. You want to say, would you like to reduce your taxes, property tax? Yes. This gets them to say yes. So you get to look, I always say, under the hood to understand what's really going on with the property. And then through our experts, we can show you so many different ways of making money because we're non-RESPA, separate company. There's deals that we're making, wholesale deals, like Leo Pareja doing a great job doing that, like Revenues. There are so many things that we can offer you non-RESPA to give referrals back to our agents. I would say stay alive, thrive, and continue, right? Again, it's thrive, stay alive to 2025. We may think it's a lot longer, right? Because of this, who can hold out. But we definitely want to give eXp the advantage when it comes to residential and commercial and training and knowledge and mentorship. This is our secret sauce now that's happening. Most big commercial real estate firms have product specialty groups. That's how you know we're evolving. In the residential companies, and I know a lot of people probably came from KW or other groups that were residential, they don't have this. We have many good experienced people running the 4 food groups: multifamily, retail, office, industrial, many subcategories that are very interested to agents. So this is why I say we're experts, but in secondary, tertiary markets, you can plug in. You can learn these experts by being part of eXp to go take a look, or asking the chair, can I come in? Can I audit? Can I watch what you're doing? They share best practice. They share how to pitch a deal. They share how to team up to go after deals. They share off-market deals. I mean, they talk about so many things within these product type specialties. That's why how we're evolving eXp commercial from who's eXp commercial? And that's what was told 3 years ago. Traci Super Day, who's eXp commercial? What is eXp commercial to? Oh, I know eXp commercial, right? To putting product specialty, to putting services together. This will help you become an expert or find whoever you need to plug in as quick as possible. This is the big thing. Unfortunately, last cycle, I had to cut my healthcare. I couldn't even buy the major medical. I was so hemorrhaging, trying to keep my company alive last cycle. I wish I would have this. Many people, unfortunately, they have to make a tough business decision or family decision. And I do say this is sometimes, a lot of times, price of admission. Look at our healthcare. Just look at it. If you're interested in eXp, Realty, and commercial, just look at our healthcare. This could save you individually. I've heard it's 10 to 25%. Families can save even more. Look into it. You need to protect and take care of your family, so you can start working harder to go out there. To worry if you don't have medical coverage with how medical care is going, it can make you go bankrupt, right? So I always say health is wealth. Take care of your health as much as, and I'm guilty of that too. I don't always do it. Other people have to remind me, but we have to look after each other as a family. Please share this with everyone. If anything, don't cut off your healthcare. If you hear anyone, tell them to run some quotes, see what they can save. And a lot of times, that's the price of admission in realty or commercial. As I said, don't always start with the benefits of agent commissions, Icon, rev share. They just want to know in commercial real estate, do we have the best platform? So they will make the amount of money they're making or exceed it by moving over to commercial, to eXp commercial. By then you can say, by the way, you can invest some of your money in stock. You can get icon by following these different categories, by giving back, helping out, producing a certain amount. This is really unheard of in commercial real estate because a lot of times we are not shareholders. You'll see many agents want to be principals, but they don't want to have the risk of being a principal. I'll tell you this, right now when the market's bad, people are shelling out of their commission to keep their offices alive. I know I was guilty of it last cycle. So having no risk, as long as we take care of our company, which we need to, we all need to turn off the light, throw out the trash. Everyone gives a little more to the company to take care of the company that's taking care of us, is to look at all these other ways of making money. The rev share, just by sharing. I don't even say recruiting. I love attracting. I just say sharing. When you share something great, they get it. They'll come. They'll just ask some buy questions. And I'm pretty good at hearing the buy question. So when they start giving me a buy question, I go for the close, right? And I tell them, right, why this is the right platform. But a lot of times through what we're building at eXp, building the best platform, having all these benefits, showing you ways to get your clients to say yes, is very important. This is something for all of you eXp agents in Realty. We're offering a corresponding course, helping our family. This is sometime for commercial agents that started a secondary career, was in commercial, left commercial, did something else, came back. For $249, you can learn commercial real estate a la carte and a corresponding course, take a test like what we used to do, so you can get and have another tool in your tool belt to say, I understand commercial real estate, talk the lingo, talk to the commercial agents. But the biggest thing is create these new opportunities, whether you're going to do it or you work with a mentor or somebody in eXp commercial, because we can co-list deals. So this is a big one. While the market is changing, study, upgrade your skills. I really tell people that's what you got to do. I'm constantly a student of studying, learning, evolving, especially with technology, AI, whatever's out there. I'm learning, constantly networking. Everyone here should be too. And having eXp as one big brain is very important to keep soaking up knowledge and then going down the different rabbit holes to seeing what's going to help our company. The last and final, please follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, where we have all of our videos, things you can share with any agents interested about eXp commercial. But I would just say this as another secret sauce: build your LinkedIn account, make it professional, like us on eXp commercial, share it, make comments, forward it. And I'll tell you, just with that little QR code that I have and just doing YouTube, people will reach out saying, I saw you on this, I'm interested in eXp commercial, or I'm seeing that you have this at eXp commercial, I'd like to send you a referral lead. And they are people outside of our company wanting to either join us, learn about us, or refer some business because they don't represent the market. So, you know, again, thank you for this time to share. I will open it up to some Q&As. I went into a lot more depth than I normally do on every Thursday, where we always have a guest speaker, and that's the power of eXp. In commercial, everyone comes from so many different angles to join us at eXp commercial. But I would say, you know, with these secret little tips, build a LinkedIn account, start using it. We're putting all the hard work in there for you so you can use it to attract, grow, possibly get some referrals and extra business.
First of all, thank you so much. And I do have a question. When you're presenting this to producing commercial real estate agents, people that have been in the game, professional commercial agents, what's the biggest objection that you hear, and how do you respond to that?
Yeah. A lot of times they say, you don't have any brick and mortar, you don't have any offices. And I do counters and say, well, during COVID, did you need the office?
Yeah.
No. I said, how did that feel? How often do you really use the office? Sometimes this. How much are you paying for that office? Okay. So a lot of times using Regis, or we're starting to explore other ways to do remote working, getting people together to share. It's a math problem, because when they realize they're giving so much away for an office that many of them, right, like I said, during COVID, they don't use, they like, but if you're paying for it, they don't like it anymore. So when you remind them of this, they go, okay. And I said this, with all that extra money and office buildings being so cheap, why don't you buy your own mid-rise building, put your name of your company on it, lease out some of the other spaces? And they go, wow, you're right. Let me look at it, because office buildings are cheap, mid-rise. They don't a lot of times work into the big cities. They work outside now. They said now they can buy their own buildings, lease it to themselves and their own company, put some other services in their office buildings. That's a smart thing. And usually those, Traci, that ask those questions are the bigger producing brokers, that if their teams, they could be producing $1 million to $1 million to $5 million. I am talking to people from 10 to 20 to get them to come over. I mean, they're perfect to buy their own buildings and rent it to their own people and outsource it. So this is the big thing. Many people go, I get it. Okay.
I have a question, James. Thank you for sharing this great information. Would you be interested in, I guess, speaking to some students at a college who studies commercial real estate and is about to transition into the real world? Because likely they're going to be looking at different commercial real estate brokers. So I'm establishing a relationship with a dean of the School of Business in the College of Charleston.
Thank you for bringing that up. I love that. I love giving back, because I helped and spoke as a guest speaker at SC. I was, as my retirement plan, teaching and giving back. Part of the REAP program, diversity programs. We need more younger people to get into this business, and this is perfect. eXp, because we're virtual, remote, most new commercial agents love the way our business is done, because they don't have to be the old CB Marcus, get in before 8 o'clock. You don't leave, till 9 o'clock on the do not call list, right? So we always had to get in the office, work these crazy hours unless we have deals, but I would be happy to. And we are working on different strategics with universities, community colleges, to give back as an eXp guest speaker or put a program together. But I would be happy to. Done it before, love to help young minds, diversity, more women to get into this business. And it is powerful with our platform of how we teach. So very happy. Reach out to me on Workplace. I'd be very happy to work with you. And I do go out there pretty often. So, we could do an event together.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. DA?
Hey, great day there, Jim and team. Thank you. Thank you so much for your leadership and very clear message. I've got a two-part question here. The first one is, where can I find advertisement guidelines on attracting/sharing commercial opportunities with other agents?
Yeah, so it will be on and I'll give this to Super David and Traci so they can disseminate the video and all the growth lists. It will be there. So the good thing is we started organizing everything commercial, from our education learning schedule to our FAQs, which we answer, and we keep building on it anytime there's repeat questions. There are brand guidelines, the YouTube. So everything will be housed there. So they will share, but everything you need and want will be there. And if not, please reach out to me directly. Love to always do individual chats, catch up with people, and go deeper, right down the rabbit hole and share. But I love this business, being almost 30 years in this business. Don't have as much gray hair yet, but I have to dye it. But I've been around, and that's why I didn't burn bridges. And many of my friends and other leaders are coming to eXp Commercial. I mean, you're going to see there's maybe 2 other presidents, national leaders, global leaders joining us very soon. And that's because we keep building on our success, building on our friendships. And for everyone here is to leverage our relationships to help you attract, because once they know certain names are here, they're going to go, water's warm. This is great. Love to be here. But DA, I'll share all of that. And if it doesn't answer it, please reach out to me directly.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Just my second question here. This may be a state broker question. And here's the question. Can I be a residential agent and a commercial agent at the same time in the state of Georgia?
Unfortunately, right now, you cannot. I know I'm talking to others about seeing how we can solve this. The question has come up many times of being in residential and commercial, right? 2 caps. We are with certain people exploring, right? No guarantee, exploring to see how this would work for those that are doing residential, but also want to be part of commercial, especially if you're a broker in the state, if they allow it. There's a lot of nuance and technology we have to go through, but we're exploring it, DA. So it would be good, and it's been coming up before. But I know there's a lot that everyone is working on, but we're exploring.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
I like the referral because I get referrals from residential all the time, and also I refer. So I think that works well. So
Yes.
anyway, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Jim, are there any other tools that maybe you didn't discuss that commercial agents are kind of surprised that we bring to the table, that maybe they're not getting where they are, at their typical commercial company, or they're having to pay extra for it? Is there anything specific that above and beyond all the other great tools that you've discussed?
Yes, because what we do in eXp commercial, there's transaction leasing and business brokerage. Finding the usage of who uses what, and that's why when we explore different tools from the past, we studied the people that clicked in, and when we saw there was a lower adoption, we really had to readjust using company dollars to make it more efficient for everyone. Obviously, the balance of getting an enterprise level contract or an a la carte or whatever we can do to bring down the price, but giving most of our commercial agents more options. So as we keep evolving, there are discussions with Reonomy, there's Land Vision, Land ID, there's so many others. As everyone heard, Farm and Ranch will be put in commercial. Those that run our land division or land committee, we are breaking up to land development, ag land, farm and ranch, right? Because land does cover a lot. But that's why, Traci, as we're going through in our growth deck, we share all of the different tools, because some people may be in retail leasing, some people may be in office leasing, some people may be in industrial, mobile home, RV parks, right? So you do need different tools. So what we're doing is using our buying power, negotiating deals to bring it down to the most cost-effective level, always asking for a sponsorship out of everyone we do business with, right? Getting some more money, but really just finding the right tools for everyone, which is very important. And that's the hardest thing with commercial. It is so multifaceted in so many different product types. But I know as eXp keeps evolving, strengthening, most of the commercial, and James would probably say, are commercial passing leads to each other, because they could be business brokerage. They don't want to do leasing. They don't know how to do transactions. They just want to know you're the best at your craft to start sending referrals and leads. So I'd say more than residential, commercial are starting to pass more leads together because they stay within their lane. And I'll say this is the biggest one. When you're 80-20, capping at 20, many of our commercial agents that produce over 100,000 cap already. So we already consider, if you are a new broker, you make 100,000. So that's kind of how we look at it. Making 100,000 to us is you're a junior or a new broker still. When you start getting consistent 250 to 300, we consider you're a senior. And then there's those that do $500,000, million, multi-million plus, after especially 5 to 10 years in this business. Because the difference is, once you build a clientele, they are usually repeat. Don't burn the bridge, and they give you a lot of referrals. So when you have a core business, I would say anywhere from 15 to 25 core good commercial clients, you're pretty much done. You just service them, service the next generation, work on the referrals, send leads, because we're 80-20 capping at 20,000. Everyone's cooperating, collaborating, because it's just extra dollars that they don't have to work on. I'm trying to get most of our seniors that, some of our biggest ones, they only spend 20 or 30% of their time doing deals. I said, wait a minute, refer into eXp instead of just passing it to outside, because they just make the better brokers, the seniors that have been in the game. They have a lot of real estate. They do development. They syndicate, right? Putting deals and funds together. They should start passing more referrals. And that's why corporate service, Traci, is so important. Corporate service, when we win these accounts and you take the class, we can start passing leases, site location, and other more sophisticated ground up construction development, tenant in tow projects to everyone. That's why corporate services is so important. As we win these accounts, we get to pass the wealth to everyone. As long as you're well-trained, there's a lot of business to be had. And that's why I'm really excited with the next level of service. Because as we go after corporate accounts, there's a lot of business we're going to pass pretty much everywhere around the US, and hopefully very soon internationally.
Jim, I can't tell you how much we all appreciate you being a part of this meeting. We are blessed beyond measure to be your partners in prosperity. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your leadership, and congratulations on continued growth with this life-changing company and the way that commercial agents can get free with eXp.
Thank you so much, Tracy, Super Dave. Everyone, please reach out. Happy to always help assist, and never close by yourself. That's the one secret. I know everyone's tempted. The power of the three-way, which I learned from everyone here from Realty, do not close them alone. I'm always here. Our team is here to serve and help you close, but build a LinkedIn account if you don't have one. And Tracy, maybe in Super Day, we should go around making sure everyone builds a LinkedIn account, because this is where you can get free business. People that may reach out saying, I didn't know you did commercial, or I didn't know eXp had a commercial company. This will help you. I'll tell you, take the course, build a LinkedIn account. If you do nothing else today, do those two things.
Thank you so much, James. This was a great session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.